Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we revisit an old favourite, the Boom Blast from Gone Fishing Effects. Hello, it's just Editor Doug here to apologise. Whilst pulling it all together, I've obviously realised that the pedal in the bottom hand corner down here, or down here, one of the two, is out of focus the entire video. I thought I had the balance between the two right. Obviously I didn't. So what I've done is just pulled some B footage afterwards and just kind of included that throughout, or I will include that throughout, just so you can see the settings engaged throughout the video. But yes, apologies, enjoy. So let's go for a quick recap. The Boom Blast is an effects pedal from Churd of Gone Fishing Effects, and this is Simon Neil's signature guitar pedal. You've got a fuzz on one side and a distortion or an overdrive on the other side. You can run them independently, or you can run them both at the same time. Depends how you want to, what kind of sound you want. The reason that I'm remaking this video is two reasons. One, I felt like there was a lot of talking in my first one, albeit 4 years ago, so I'm going to try and keep talking to a minimum here. And also, I think I've just got a little bit better at everything apart from maybe guitar playing, but in terms of a recording and production side of things, I think I can just do this pedal a little more justice than I did last time. So we're going to hear 4 or 5 excerpts of this pedal in different settings, different scenarios, and to do different jobs, just so that I can kind of re-show what this guitar pedal can do. This isn't a sponsored video. There is no payment from Gone Fishing or Churd. I've got a second one because the first one has become such an integral part of my sound now in my originals band that if my original one broke, I would need a second one. So apart from this video, this is going to sit in a box and just wait for the day that, touch wood, never happened, but my first one has an issue and I need to send it back to Churd for fixing. This can go straight on the board and just keep me rolling. So that's the reason I've got two. Other than that, the specs are the same, the sounds are the same. So if you want to really hear somebody talk at a camera for 20 odd minutes and really deep dive into what this pedal is, I'll link my other video somewhere around here now. But if you just want to hear some tones, let's get into it. Just very quickly before we get into some sounds, just go through the other bits of gear that I'll be using today. So we've got my Hanson S-Style and my Gibson Les Paul Standard, both completely stock. It's just to show how the pedal reacts slightly differently with humbucker single coils, and then your lead sounds, your rhythm sounds on both. So hopefully that'll give a good indication. In terms of the amp, we'll be using the Marshall SV20, the head version today. I believe Simon does use a big old plexi. I don't have a big old plexi, I wouldn't be able to use it. Even the live shows, it's too loud for me at the moment. But this sounds great, and it does a really good job. The settings are staying the same the entire way through, so I'll try and get a little shot of those. The only things that will be changing are the settings on this pedal and the guitar that we're using. So, you know, hopefully it's really showing what this pedal can do with different guitars and the different settings within. So anyway, without further ado, let's listen to some music. So the first sound that we're going to use, or we're going to hear, is what I would generally set as my riffing sound on my Strat. So it's going into saturation, but actually I think it's still quite clean in terms of a really heavy gain saturation. We're just going to hear it in the context of a band sort of build up and then into a riff. So let's get into it. So the next sound we're going to hear is you've got the heavy riffing tone again. I've rolled the gain off a little bit, as this is kind of just for the rhythm guitar on these tracks, and that's just to just take away a little bit of the saturation now that we're playing full chords rather than just riffing on single strings. And then what we've also got is the lead part in the middle. Now for this one, I rolled off the majority of the distortion from the boom side of the pedal, and I just pushed the overall level with a little bit of tone to help pop through the mix. So that's for the lead part. So let's see what those two sound like. So the next excerpt of music that you're going to hear actually is the first part today that contains both the boom and the blast side of the pedal. So what I've done for the rhythm tracks for this, both on the Strat and the Les Paul, is we're using the fuzz side just to kind of add that grungy, musy, real heavy rhythm-based guitars, just to add a thickness behind. Then what we've done is we've engaged the second side, so the boom side, at the same time. Very similar settings to the lead you would have heard earlier. The overdrive is rolled to like nearly off. Then we're pushing the tone and we're pushing the volume. That's just to try and add a little bit of control to blast, which is a really thick sounding fuzz. And it's just to help this the lead part pop out through the mix, and the setting is the same for both the lead and the harmony guitar parts. So let's get into this bit. Final song excerpt you're going to hear is two different settings. We've gone back to our riffing sound on the boom side of the pedal. Then when we go to the tremolo, picky delay bit, or the lead bit, once it comes into halftime, we are maxed out on the blast side. Then we've got a little bit of distortion coming in from the boom side. We're pushing the level, and we're just pushing the tone a little bit as well, just to help that push through the mix. That's on the Les Paul as well, so it's already a very mid-heavy sound. We're just helping that lot just to kick its way through a little bit. The delays and the reverb have come directly from the DAW. Post-production, that's just to add a little ambience to that sound, just because it felt like it suited the part. the end of the talking today. I hope you've enjoyed listening to some of those song excerpts. What we've now got is just some end noodling from myself, and that's using my favourite setting on the Boom Blast. This is the one that I have on my board at all times. It's only the boom side of things. I just thought I'd keep it simple, but I particularly like this sound. As you can roll off the volume, you can clean it up for some chords before then rolling it back into the big heavy distortion. It cleans up really nicely, and sort of interacts really well with both the amp and the guitar. So I'm going to play you out now. Thank you very much for sticking around if you made it to this far. If you have, leave a comment, let me know if you found this interesting, or if you just like the sound of the pedal. And other than that, maybe hit the like button or even subscribe if you're feeling really adventurous. But if not, thank you very much for sticking around, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.